Long time no speak here. See, hope you're well, buddy. All right. So basically, love you, bro. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to focus straight on the Facebook feed, and then essentially just like feed back and forth, see if you have any questions and whatnot. Now, today, I really wanted to focus on disengaging from the hectic world because, like, obviously, we're in quarantine. Some people are panicking, some people are having a time of life, and some people are on right? And I just wanted to create a space where people can go and really just ex- experiment and see what else they can get out of this situation. Um, Experiment and see what they can get out of the situation that is deeper and further than just like spending time with family members, something that's deeper than just witnessing, oh wait, we're in quarantine, let's be scared, or I've got nothing to do. I really see this as an opportunity to either discover self, obviously, and discover your relationships with your parents, your loved ones, and your siblings at a much higher level. Discover how to deal with the stresses of being consistently with your family, being consistently. Some of you are lucky to be like with friends or possibly even girlfriends, boyfriends, and other family members. So today we're just going to focus on actually a mindfulness practice because it's just a way of disengaging again from the outside world and actually focus and put attention on your inner world. And it's allowing you to use your breath as a vehicle of stress for stress relief, allowing you to use your breath as a place to center yourself, and it allows you to use your breath as an what you could call an anchor. Hey, someone. What you could call as an anchor, and what an anchor basically means is that it's like an alarm clock. So every morning you have to wake up and you have to do something to go to work or go do exercise. And essentially that is let's call it a material anchor of you making sure that you respond or react in a certain way to get on with your day. Now, with this the hurricane mindfulness exercise that we're going to do today together today, it's going to allow you to use your breath as an anchor, as a response to stress, as a response to tension, as a response to fear, instead of looking at it from the perspective of let me go into fight mode, let me go into flight mode. So essentially, hopefully you guys have your headphones, or if you don't have headphones, put it in the speaker, let the rest of the house hear, because obviously you're just going to make better relationships with that. So essentially how it's going to go is that I'm going to go run through a script, and if you could possibly find yourself a nice seated position or laying down. My favorite meditation position is laying down because I'm just like, no stress, no stress. Actually, what do you guys think about the pictures at the back? They pretty? They pretty? Yes? No? Or does it look like a 5-year-old drawing? Okay, doesn't matter. Yeah, so I'm also going to I'm just going to do this without music. So, thanks, Eva. Love it. Love it. What I'm also going to do, so this time round, I won't be playing any background music. I'll just be speaking, and hopefully my message will come across, or the metaphor will come across, just so that you're more than aware. The metaphor will be is the eye of the hurricane. And just to give you some context, the eye of a hurricane is the calmest and most likely the safest place to be within a hurricane. So It's a place where there's actually no wind, there's no chaos, and chaos again is just literally around where the wind is blowing. And then it's to allow yourself to center yourself as if you are the eye of the hurricane, centering yourself in the middle of the hurricane, right? So I'm going to begin in about 3 or 4 seconds. I know I've been speaking really fast, and I do need to. What up, Glenn? Just to give you some context, bro. We're going to do an eye of the hurricane mindfulness exercise, which is essentially meditation that will allow you to center yourself in and amongst the chaos of the world, in and amongst the noise, and amongst your own personal frustration, and to be able to anchor yourself as the eye of the hurricane, which, whilst that is happening, the mess of the hurricane is happening within the center of the hurricane, there is the eye. And that's where hopefully you will anchor yourself, or learn how to anchor yourself today. So if you could find a comfortable meditation position, either sitting down on a cushion, or on the floor, or on a chair. Sit tall with your back straight and your shoulders relaxed, and let your hands rest in your lap, and gently close your eyes. Let's take 3 deep, slow breaths to begin. I'd like you to become aware of your body sitting here. Notice the sense of contact between your body and the seats beneath you. Notice your feet on the floor. Notice your clothes against your skin. Now, let's consider a metaphor. Within the strong, turbulent winds of a hurricane, the eye, the center of the hurricane is quiet. There is no wind and no movement there. For a moment, picture this idea in your mind. Can you visualize the strong, turbulent winds of a hurricane and the inner core that is peaceful and quiet? Let's see if you can become like the center of the hurricane. Your current circumstances, your thoughts, your feelings, and the sensations throughout your body can be compared to the winds of a hurricane. Is it possible for you to let go of all of these moments so that you are no longer taking part in them? Like the center of the hurricane is no longer taking part in the turbulent surrounding winds. To do this, start by focusing on your breath. Simply breathe in and breathe out. Simply breathe in and breathe out. Focus inward. Just like the eye is deep within the hurricane, your eye is deep within you. Use your breath to connect to this part of you. Simply breathe in and breathe out. Stay connected to your breath. If anything stressful happens in this moment, such as a negative thought, unpleasant feelings, annoying sounds, difficult life events, and also memories, try to look at them as if they are the turbulent wind of the hurricane, whirring around, continually changing, unpredictable in nature. Notice that you are not them. You are the silent center of the hurricane, the part that is peaceful despite what is happening around you. You are the silent center of the hurricane, peaceful and at ease. You are not reacting, you are simply observing. Like the wind of the hurricane, these experiences are constantly moving and changing. You, on the other hand, are stable. You are not moving or being carried away by them. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. As you are breathing, notice how you move more and more towards the center of the hurricane, towards the eye. Just like the turbulent wind of the hurricane, your thoughts, your feelings, and whatever is happening outside yourself is still going on. But you are no longer a part of it. You are in a safe place, a peaceful place. Breathing in and breathing out. As you sit or lie here, connected to your eye, notice whatever arises. Notice the wind of the hurricane, but do not participate. Stay in the eye. Notice thoughts. Notice feelings. Notice sensations. Continue to watch the ever-changing nature of the world inside and outside of you. Watch from a distance with the curiosity and without judgment, without reacting to what you see. No matter how intense or bad the hurricane gets, the eye is always centered, calm and at ease. Even the most turbulent hurricane cannot hurt or harm the eye. The eye is safe. Whenever you feel you need to restore your inner peace, use your breath to connect to this silent part of yourself. Just breathe in and breathe out. It may help you visualize the hurricane with yourself in the center. It can be difficult to see the eye of the hurricane at times, and sometimes we forget the eye is there. However, it's always there. If we examine closely enough, even the strongest, darkest hurricane, sooner or later will see the eye, centered and constant. Now, when you're ready, slowly open your eyes. Right. So I have got no idea who's on the Instagram live right now and who is on the Facebook live right now. But for those of you who are on, I just want to ask you, 3, 4 questions, um, and essentially every single week, just a little side note, I'll be going through exercises. They will not always be mindfulness exercises. However, they will always be exercises, something that's interactive, something that is 100% practical to use in the now and obviously in your everyday life. So, who's ready to answer some questions, or would you prefer I just ask you the questions and you answer them in your own time? Okay. What I do is you can answer them in your own time. So, what I'd like to ask you is, what was it like to connect to your observing self? What was it like to notice possibly something you don't particularly notice every day? The skin, your clothes rubbing along your skin. Maybe you were able to visualize the turbulence of the hurricane. Maybe you were able to actually picture yourself within the center of the hurricane as you, as a human, just standing there, still straight, witnessing all the madness uh, that was occurring. So I'm asking you, what was it like to connect to that? What was it like to connect to your observing self? Next question is really, how do you feel now? How do you feel after participating in that mindfulness exercise? Do you feel more relaxed? Do you feel calm? Um, did you resonate with the metaphor? You know, is it something that you could imagine yourself in, or would you find something else more relatable? Um, and of course, your feelings, you could be feeling a bit, um, let's say, shaken, in shock, a bit turbulent, shall I say, due to the manner that meditation or being mindful and sitting still may unearth uh, thoughts of the recent past, um, things that you feel as if that you should have done. It may have unearthed thoughts and feelings that may have been extremely uncomfortable to you. Maybe that you didn't know that they were there, or maybe you just didn't want to. Maybe just their feelings and thoughts that you didn't want to deal with. And yeah, I just really, really, really would love it if you were just to sit there with those questions and see what you got, see what insight you got, and see whether you are able to now use your breath as an anchor, or at least this exercise gave you that opportunity to do so. Yeah. If you have any questions about this exercise or any other exercises that we'll be going through later on, or if you have any exercise questions in regards to any advice that you'd like, or any guidance you would like in these really, really times of need, do some yoga and click to this. Must live in for a reason. Amazing. I'm really, really happy, Sonia. I'm really, really happy. I'm not sure if you got it, but like every Thursday, I'll be doing these there won't be mindfulness / meditation sessions, but I will be doing mindful exercising in terms of metaphors, in terms of scenarios, and allowing, giving you access into the world of self-reflection, but with someone there to actually help you ask those difficult questions that maybe don't come too easily, or maybe you're just too scared to ask, or maybe you just haven't thought about it because you haven't had what I'd like to say, the guidance, because I never had the guidance, and I used that guidance, and from that guidance I was able to ask myself some really difficult and also easy questions that allowed me to unearth who I am at the let's say the eye level, right? Level, to just really identify Washington Alley as human being and not human doing, which essentially is human doing, relating myself to what I do, my work, and human being, just relating myself to who I be and how I go around this world and interact with myself and also other people. So yeah, so every Thursday, 7 p.m, we'll be doing something similar like this. Hopefully, oh, I should have asked, like, I'm gonna put questions here because also, can you do that? Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave that question box up there for you if you have any questions, and if you guys on Facebook have any questions, uh, please do ask away, and I'll do my best to answer them. Had the slot booked for an hour because the interaction normally takes a lot longer. However, yeah, it is what it is. What up, Ashley? Check on Thursday for sure. I think we all need some guidance at the moment. Most definitely, someone. Most definitely. I've been guided for the past, well, my whole entire life. My mum, right? But then I decided to get more coaches. I decided to throw myself into the deep end and see what actually can be available for me. Started off actually to be more business savvy and actually discover how I can navigate myself in the business world. And then, of course, it took me on the path of like personal self-discovery. So yeah, most definitely. Awesome. And yeah, so Ashley, do you have or Ashley, do you have any questions for me? Or Robert, do you have any questions for me? If you guys do, believe me, I'll answer them, or I'll do my best to answer them. Oh, what I'd also like to say is what I'll do is I'll upload the soul mindfulness video, just an audio of this experience so that you can recap, go back to the experience in your own time on YouTube, so that it's free, yada, yada, yada. And then it will just be there available for you. Yeah, yeah, awesome. How has the coronavirus influenced your work ethic and goals? Um, well, so the question I just got on Instagram was, how has the coronavirus influenced your work ethic and goals? So I'll probably say the coronavirus has really, really allowed me to live in the space of it's not about money. It's about impact. It's about my own personal development, and to really, really de-weed all the weeds that are in my mind, my laziness to work out, believe it or not. Um, and it's given me the access to say, excuse me, it's given me the access to say, bro, you've got time. The whole entire world has stopped. When in our entire existence has the whole entire world stopped. And I was speaking to my good friend TK, and he was like, bro, like the rest everywhere else in the world always stops. They have their own pandemics. They had last year, North Africa had Ebola and things like that. There's famine, there's world hunger, and it's like, Well, this is our opportunity in the Western world to actually sit, pause, plan, prioritize, and execute body wise, and really, really just say, I'm going to start again. I'm going to start afresh, and I'm just going to try and do it better. It's given me, in terms of my work ethic, actually, um, I'd say I'm taking a lot more time and just being more calculated and um, being more calculated and patient. Um, Being more considerate, being more loving, more actually I'd say hungrier as well, because there's so much I want to actually learn so that I can add to my perspective. And I feel like the more I can add to my perspective, it allows me to grow as a person. It allows me to share deeper thoughts to other people, and it allows me to like really get to know me even more. So yeah, that's how the coronavirus is going. In terms of family, like, let's be real here. Like, we all want to rip each other's heads off from time to time. Um, but like, other than that, it's great. You know, we play card games together. We play games together. We're making a song together right now, bro. So um, it's very, very exciting times, and my condolences go out to everyone who has family in a difficult space. Hussein, my condolences go out to everyone's family who are in a difficult space right now, with deaths or with illnesses. And however, what there is for me is that it's always like a perspective shift. It's always a mind shift. It's always that, what is there for me to gain? And of course, these things are. Of course, these things are common, or of course, these things are people are meant to say, think more positive and think lighter about these things. And also, what I'm not saying is don't be sad. What I'm not saying is don't feel pain. What I'm not saying is don't feel anger. Feel those things to the fullest extent and capacity, and sometimes use them to fuel yourself in your life. But what I am saying is that right now is an opportunity. Right now is an opportunity of discovery. Right now is an opportunity to learn how to love again. And really, my mum was always said to us growing up, charity begins at home, and we're lockdown. So we now have the opportunity to begin again at home. Yeah. What is this about you making songs? Bro, you know we don't stop with that music. Yeah, so me and my younger brother, who I didn't actually know can write bars, like he's done a couple freestyles. But that's a method. Let's call it a method that we're using to connect, using to have fun, using to release, and using to cultivate joy. You know, and yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah. Anyone else have any questions? If you wanna listen to my music, uh, head on to SoundCloud, head on to Apple, head on to Spotify, Apex Washi. What is your grand vision? So the grand vision is a module in. So all the questions are apparently coming from Instagram, guys. The grand vision is a module within my coaching methodology called the Become Alive method. And what it means to become alive is, again, the distinctions between being and doing, and being bold and being self-expressed, and also being free of resentment. However, your grand vision is about living a purpose-filled life on purpose. Your grand vision is who are you being, and how do you convey that to the rest of the world? Your grand vision is how can you then create a map, or how can you create a way of being to match what you want to serve and bring it all together like so. The grand vision is, for me, the beginning of your journey. And some people, of course, they don't need to know what they want to be or what they want to do at the end of their life, or when they're 20, 30, 40, 50. What up, Tom? Long time no speak. Well, so right now I'm covering what the grand vision is. Yeah, so I was saying some people don't know who they want to be or what they want to do, should I say, when they grow up. What up? When they grow up, and the grand vision is just an access, a pathway. I am, thank you, hope you are too. It's an access, a pathway to discover what your true authentic expression looks like, and how that looks like in serving other people. And when you discover what that looks like, it doesn't really matter what you want to do. It just matters who you're being, and does your being match the way, does your being fulfill your purpose? Are you being the person you want to be on purpose to fulfill your purpose? And yeah, that's what the grand vision is. Paul, I hope you're well, my friend. Hope you're well. For those of you that just joined, what you've missed is a lot. So I'm live on Facebook here, on the Thrivers Club, and here on Instagram. Good to see you, Paul. I hope you are well, and also your family. So, and what you've missed is at the beginning. Amazing. At the beginning, a mindfulness exercise, which was an eye of hurricane meditation, which was to anchor yourself in amongst the chaos of the world, in amongst of, let's say it's a normal 9-to-5 work week. Obviously not for you, Paul, Mr. Property Investor. How to anchor yourself within your breath, in amongst the hurricane, in amongst family, friends, coronavirus, and the mess of the world. And that's the exercise we did. And I'm going to obviously leave it on my Instagram and on my Facebook for the next 24 hours. And then what I'll do is I'll upload the meditation separately with a backing soundtrack for you to then use. Also like to say that every Thursday at 7 p.m. UK time, I'll be doing these exercises. Now, these exercises aren't motivational exercises to get ourselves pumped up. They're exercises of self-reflections, of perspective flipping, of discovering a new way of being. And the reason why I'm doing this is because we're all in isolation. And for me, this, again, is the biggest and greatest opportunity that we'll ever see. My condolences to everyone that has had a loved one that is either sick or has sadly passed away. However, what we have right now, the whole entire world is at pause. And if the world is at pause, that means that you can rediscover yourself, and you can, I'm going to say change yourself. And when I say change yourself, I mean recreate yourself. And this is the perfect opportunity for that. Every single Thursday at 7 p.m. I'll be providing that opportunity to discover parts of yourself and also discover parts of myself. And hopefully you'll then be able to, like, number one, live your life more in harmony. Number two, be able to thank you. And for you to be able to disengage with the hectic world. disengage with your own hectic mind. And like, listen, I'm prone of it as well. I'm an overthinker. Meditation, exercising, and things like that allow me to pause, allow the thoughts to run through, and essentially allow them to finish. And then I can actually start breeding new thoughts. I can start breeding new emotions, and I can start breeding new ways of doing things. And a quick disclaimer, which are often extremely uncomfortable. So yeah, that's what I have for you guys today. And before I go, if you have any questions, please ask away, and I'll be happy to ask them. Otherwise, if that's it, peace and love. Peace and love until next week, Thursday, for these How to Thrive Through a Crisis session. Take care.